Hello, and welcome to this ALTTP NMG No Save and Quit speedrun tutorial. In the last episode, we defeated Vitreous, collected our red cane, and are now ready to enter the home stretch. This episode will be a little longer than most since I need to go over some room strategies where they are different based on the items you will have or not have picked up. Before we get into all of that though, please like and subscribe if you are enjoying the series, it really helps me out. So let's start things off with the beginner strats. You will need your mirror out as you leave Misery Mire. Go to the light world and switch to your flute and go to flute spot 4. Switch to your hammer and quick hop off the ledge and dash south. Dash left. Hammer dash through the pegs. Pick up the rock and go back to the dark world. Hammer dash right, and dash up. Dash left, up, and right into our house in the dark world. Grab the big red bomb and leave the house. While you have the bomb behind you, there's a few things you can't do. You can't jump off ledges, and pressing A triggers the bomb. You can dash under two circumstances. You can take damage, or you can use your hookshot. Switch to your mirror, go down the path on the left and get hit by the ropa. Dash right. This step is optional. Walk up to the screen transition. Mirror once you get roughly here. Switch to your hookshot, hook the red guard, then the trees behind you, and dash up into the portal. Walk the bomb to the crack, and use the hookshot to get spin speed to enter the crack as soon as the bomb goes off. Talk to the fairy, and select your sword first. Talk to the fairy again, and select your bow. We do the sword first so that we can mash for the bow upgrade and leave. Switch to your mirror, and go back to the light world. Switch to your flute, and go to flute spot 1. That's where the route divergence ends for new runners. If you're comfortable with a silverless Ganon fight, you don't need any of that stuff, so just mirror out of Mire, switch to your flute, and go to flute spot 1. Switch to your hookshot and dash right. Hook dash up the stairs as we did before, and go right. Use your hookshot to get past the dead rocks, and go right. Dash up and right, and we'll use our hookshot to get across the bridge. Dash right and do your best to avoid the dead rocks. Take the bottom right cave. Dash up, left, and up. Dash right and walk up the stairs out of the cave. You can bonk into these rocks for a fairy if you need it, or store it for later. Dash up and right. Dash right, down, and right. Pick up the rock and hook dash up the stairs. Switch to your hammer. And hammer the right peg first, top second, and left last. Switch to Quake and go through the portal. You don't need to fully stand on the Quake icon to open Turtle Rock. Wait for the cutscene to end and enter Turtle Rock. Once inside, pick up the left pot for magic, and the right pot if you need bombs. Switch to your Cane of Samaria to create a platform, and ride it up and go through the door. Create another platform here, and we will go right and up. Don't slash the bars if they get in your way. If they electrocute you, you will fall off and you have to do the room again. Just take the damage. Go into the second door on your right. Create another platform and switch to your fire rod and go up. Fire rod down and right twice. Once you hit the second torch, switch to your hookshot and hook yourself to either the right or left torch. If you miss, you can grab the bottom left torch from the bottom. Go through the top door. Dash up immediately and either face down or right to use your hookshot to give you iframes to bypass the first roller. Dash up and hook to the chest. Open the right chest for a key. Dash down and use your hookshot once again to skip the first bar. Dash down and use your hookshot a second time to skip the second one. The 2 pots in this room have a heart and full magic if you need it. Go out the door and through the left door. Switch to your cane and create another platform. This time we will go up and left for the second door on the left. Avoid the Stalfos or kill him and go through the locked door. There are 2 ways of dealing with the pokies. Either a single fire rod shot or a double sword spin. It's faster to just do the double sword spin so you don't need to switch back to your cane for the next room. If you have gold sword, 2 slashes will work, but it's better to get used to the double spin for when you drop that safety later on. In this room, drop a block in line with the switch on either the left or right side. This will depend on the Chain Chomp RNG in this room. You will need to do this quickly since we are going to set up to get iframes from the pegs and to not take the 4 hearts of damage these guys deal with to us. Once the first Samaria explodes and hits the switch, drop a second one and ignite it half a second later. Then push the block and the pegs will come up giving you iframes. This will spawn a chest and grab it for a key. Go through the locked door. Go down the stairs immediately and dash right to avoid the anti-fairy. Dash down and go up the stairs and through the pipe. Pick up some arrows in the middle pot if you need them. You should have close to 20 arrows. Go through the left door. Go through the bottom pipe first. Once through the door, dash left and dash down. Hit the switch and charge your sword. The pattern in this room is different every time, as the pokey can spawn in different locations. We want to double spin the pokey for a small key and take the door to our right. We do this by facing up or down depending on the situation, and only turning to face the door to unlock it. This will skip the laser. Go through the pipe and collect the big key. Don't forget to mash L and R through the text. Go back up through the pipe. Dash left and hit the switch before dashing up and right. Go back through the pipe. And this time, we'll take the upper pipe to continue forward. You can use either fire rod for this room or double sword spins. Once the pokies are dead, we have another divergence. For newer players, you will go down in this room. Dash left, and switch to your bombs. Walk left, place a bomb and pick it up right away, stand above the middle pot and throw the bomb. Pick up the pot and go down when the wall opens. You will miss the lasers this way. Switch to the hook shot and dash right and go in the door. Hook to the big chest and open it for the mirror shield, which will make it so you don't need to do laser skip later on in this dungeon. Go up. This room is immediately to the right of the room with the 2 pokies. If you decided to skip the mirror shield in order to do laser skip, you would have entered from the left door. Avoid the roller bar and go through the locked door. Go through the pipe and up. Dash straight up in this room to open the wall, and dash as soon as you're done bonking. If you got the mirror shield, you will either need to use sword beams or the cane to open the path. If you didn't, you can use your hookshot, sword beams, or cane to hit the switch while halfway on the pegs to get iframes to walk past the roller bar. Open the chest for a key. Depending on RNG, you can bonk over the roller bar or walk behind it and hit the switch again to get by. Hit the switch before going down the stairs. If you don't have your cane out ready, switch to it and create another platform. Go right and then hold down. Pick up the pot and hit the switch and go back on the platform. Go up and hold right. You should only get hit by one firebar here. You can avoid it with your hookshot, but it is slower. Hold down once you are below the first firebar. You can get health and magic here if you need it. Hold left while going down and you will get to the door. Dash down immediately when entering this room and follow the path to the door. Be careful not to fall down. Welcome to Laser Bridge. There are two ways of doing this depending on what items you have. Let's start with the mirror shield. Dash down to the bottom, place a block to knock off the beetle, and explode your block. Walk directly towards the laser and open up the bottom chest for a key. You can either walk around the rail and tap up to avoid the laser, or you can face down, hold out your sword to block the laser. Now let's do the laser skip. Dash down as before, place a block to knock off the beetle, and explode your block. I like to use the tiles to line up where to dash from. I place Link's shadow where the diagonal tiles meet, and then dash left and stop your dash before you bonk into the wall and turn up. Grab the key, walk down around the rail, and tap up to avoid the laser. Once on the main path, you can dash up. The other thing worth mentioning here, if you are not confident in your Trinex fight, use a bomb to open the wall at the bottom of this room, exit the dungeon, and come back. If you die, you will be warped here instead of the beginning of the dungeon. This will make a death here far less punishing. Dash to the top of the room. You can use the railing on the right to line up a key dash to the left. Just rub up against it as you walk up, and dash turn to the left to get the key dash. In this room, kill the mini Helma so he doesn't get in our way. Place a block so that it lines up with the middle of the pegs on the left. You can either do a Samaria dash to get through the pegs, or you can just walk. Dash up and through the door. There is a heart and full magic under the pots if you need them. Place the platform first if you plan to grab full magic. Take the platform and switch to your ice rod. Welcome to Trinex. I like to think of this boss as the Avatar since he controls ice, fire, and rock. Air was hard to do on the SNES, otherwise I'm sure he would have that too. There are two ways of doing this fight as well. Let's start with the gold sword strats. You can either do the backdoor strats, which is a little faster, or you can do the fight normally. Up to you. For backdoor, dash behind Trinex, freeze the firehead, switch to the fire rod and slash 3 times. Move behind the ice head, fire rod, and slash 3 times. If you've done this right, the big head won't jump out at you. Stand with Link on the left side of the opening of his shell and charge up your sword. As the rock head comes down, release your sword spin, which should hit him twice. Slash once to the right, and this fight is done. His head is not normally vulnerable, but it is vulnerable while his midsection weak spot is not active. The normal strat is to stand in front of Trinex, ice rod up when the head is out, switch to your fire rod, slash 3 times, move to the ice head, fire it, and slash it. Perform the same strategy before with the sword spin method to put the rock head down. If you have Tempered Sword, you can do the backdoor strat as well, but it's much more difficult and doesn't really save that much time. If you want to do it, you need to freeze the fire head, hit 4 times with your sword, ice rod again, switch to the fire rod, and put it down. Hit the ice head with the fire rod, slash 3 times, fire rod again, and slash once. You will need to avoid the rock head shooting out at you, as well as be on the lookout for his tail going crazy when it's about to happen. The normal way to do this fight is to stand around the foot, ice rod up, slash 3 times, ice rod again, switch to the fire rod, slash to kill it, and move on to the ice head. You will need to avoid the rock head in this method, so watch the tail to know when the rock is about to attack. The method to kill Trinex is the same as with the gold sword. Stand in front of the left opening of his shell with your sword charged and release it as he comes at you. Slash to the right to kill the rock head. Stand in the middle of the room to collect the heart, and move down a little bit for the quick crystal pickup. It's worth mentioning we are only 1 dungeon away from the end of the game, and this is where we really start to get into some of the more optimized rooms in the game. For now though, mash through the text and split your timer when you get the victory sword swing. That's it for this episode. In the next episode, we will have one more optional item to pick up to make the run a little easier. Before we end the episode, I want to give a quick shout out to Hacksaw for helping me organize my thoughts for this series, and Rabid Blue Jay for creating the thumbnail for this series. Links to both of their channels in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.